looking back at life as it's been before, holding on to things that might have been, knowing that this day will never come again. As my spirits.
Hi, this is Lainey Risto, and you are watching and listening to Soul Chat in Las Vegas, Nevada. And my co-host today is somebody you've seen several times before, and we always like having her back, which is Hedda Steffens. Hello. And Hedda got some good news this week.
I did.
She did, for everybody that was watching about the celiac program. And in fact, I did was it Sunday? It seems like it's been 3 weeks since Sunday. So much has been happening.
I know, really.
Right, yeah. So Sunday, Hedda was telling everybody in a circle that we had that she was pretty ill and she was concerned about it. And she's had blood tests done and doctor stuff done. And it's all around celiac disease, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. And so I'm going to let her say it. But she got some really good news a couple of days ago from the blood tests, and that was?
Everything was stable.
Which is good.
Which is very good when you're a celiac patient, because so many other bodily functions start going south really bad. Heart, kidneys, all that stuff, pancreas. And so for them to say stabilize, that's like saying jackpot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the doctors were just like looking at me and shaking their head.
And saying, we can't do anything for you, so whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Well, no, they were saying last year we were telling you were dying. And this year, we just don't know what to say because you look so good. That's exactly what they were saying. And I'm just looking at them going, okay, I'm thinking this is a good thing, right? And they go, this is a great thing because we had nothing for you. You can't take the medicine. There is nothing we could do for you. So whatever it is you did, keep doing it.
Keep doing it. Don't you love that?
Yeah,
and then they got paid for that office appointment.
I know.
All right. Anyway, thank goodness, though. So
yeah,
I'm really glad.
So am I.
I'm really glad.
It just really confirms in my heart what I knew was right. Because
see, that's it.
When they were saying all that stuff to me, I told my husband, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I'm going the spiritual way.
Well, he thinks you're crazy, so that wasn't a short jump.
I know, but I'm just like, I'm really going in, I'm like, I'm going in kind of thing, And he's just like really happy because when I was really sick a couple of weeks ago and you were concerned too, he was like, okay, so when's your class? He calls it my class. Yeah, he actually
pushed her out the door to come to the circle.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
I should send him a bill. That'll be funny.
Yeah, but if for anybody out there that's listening, I mean, maybe it won't work for everybody, but I'm telling you, it works for me.
Well, it's this, and it's what I tell people is that shamanism and energy healing healing in general. But I'm going to speak to shamanic healing because that's what I do.
Right,
is the third leg of the healing triangle: the medical, the emotional, and the spiritual. And sometimes when the medical and the emotional aren't working, the spiritual, we drop that piece in and the rest of it just works.
And sometimes you just need something a little deeper.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a Reiki master and I strongly believe in Reiki energy, but I needed something deeper. And that's where shamanic practice came in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's the truth. So welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great.
You'll have me a little bit longer.
Yeah. We'll have you a lot longer. So what I learned about myself this week, we kind of got yours out of the way other than the process. Maybe you want to talk about that and then I'll do mine. What was it about when you got that news? Because you called me from the parking lot.
I called you from the parking lot.
You were so excited. And we had talked, remember, you and Kara and I had talked about try not to, and this is for anybody that's got an illness. It's so hard because especially if you've got a long medical history, you've been through the ups, the downs, the ins, the outs, what doesn't work. It's so hard not to identify with the illness
and give up.
That's where that rabbit hole leads you, is to giving up.
Yeah, because the last time we talked, you were saying, I know it's hard every time it flares up, because that's what happens. You get
with
tired. Celiac. You'll be just toodaloo going on fine, and then 3 months later you're like, oh my God, I'm dying again.
That's what it feels like.
That's what it feels like.
Right. And obviously you're not at this point. And if you want to say that, you can say that we're all dying from the day we were born.
Exactly.
We're now on the path of, at some point in our life, we're going to die. That's the way it works.
But I have to say, What I learned about myself this month is accept that. Don't freak out. It's okay. Do some broth, do some deep meditation, do some journeying, do some breathing.
You do whatever you can.
You're going to be okay. And that's the message you got to keep telling yourself. Because I was going down the hole of, I cannot believe I'm dying again.
Yeah. You're like a one-woman reality show, you know? Everybody's thinking, they're laughing about death. You know, what's going on here? Might as well.
I mean, you can't do nothing about it.
You can't do nothing about it.
Just
so there
live
you go.
Good.
So I'm really glad. I'm really glad. So what I learned about myself this week, I have an end to a long ongoing saga that I've been talking about, a couple of shows. You know, I was saying there was this woman voiceover.
Right.
Yeah, I just can't make this woman happy, and she's not working with me, and I knew the whole time that I was trying to get her approval. I knew it. There's a part of me, she might as well have been everybody in my life that didn't accept me the way I was, doing exactly what I was doing. So I kept trying to make that all work, right? So last night I'm driving to the last class, and it's not the last one, but it's the last one. She's going to be here physically because she now lives in Hawaii. She's going to come back infrequently, and she's always available on the phone, and she's top notch. She's I don't want anybody to think she's a gremlin or an ogre or a monster, because she's not. She's just very good at what she does. She sets a high standard, which I have learned. She's helped me learn to do that, not just settle, because I think that's the best I can get, right? And so I went last night, and I thought, you know, I'm going to go, and if she says something to me again, wanting to know why I'm not working, why I'm not doing this stuff, because I can't tell her about this. You know, she doesn't understand. This is not in her frame of reference, and I'm not going to beat her over the head. So I already said, you know, if she asks me again, why are you not doing this the way I want you to? Why are you not scheduling yourself the way I want you to? And I was all ready to say, because it's in my time frame. It's when I'm ready. I was all geared up. To do that. And something about sitting there and listening to her, because she's not just that way with me, she's that way with everybody, right? I came to realize, I went, oh my gosh, I'm trying to fix this relationship. I'm trying to get this relationship with her like it was in the beginning, when we didn't have, which is 10 years ago. So I was trying to go back and fix a relationship in the past. Now, since then, there have been some things that have happened, like some of the work that I've done, self-improvement work. She sees no reason to put any money into that. She just doesn't understand. She has no idea what I do.
I almost asked you a question, but on the air is not the place to ask that question.
When Hannah puts her hand over her mouth, we know, you know. So, you know, I'm sitting there and listening, and I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking, wow, I'm trying to fix a relationship I can't fix. The only relationship I can fix is me with myself. So I'm just going to relax into this. I'm just going to do what I need to do in the moment, and just see where it goes. And it went much better. And she was the same. I was the one that I instead of trying to fix her so I'll feel better, I just decided I have to do something different here so that I'm okay. And I went home a happy camper. You know, in fact, I talked to a friend of mine that said, "So are you crying?" Because I'd be on the edge of tears. And that
I'm glad you came to that realization.
Yeah, well, it's called you better walk the talk, because I'm talking about it all the time. If I can't do it myself,
because as I'm listening,
quit.
I'm thinking, okay, she already helped me with that with my daughter.
Yeah. You get it now? You see what happens? I can't do anything for anybody that I'm not working on myself or that I've already gone through.
Yeah. Because there are people in our lives, whether it's our mothers or our children, that can just take us to jelly. It's
That's good,
true.
Huh?
They just take us. They just rip all of the security and stuff. I don't know how they do it.
And the closer you are to people. I mean, I really like this woman. And I really, it was a perfect setup for me, because I really wanted her approval. And when I finally went, I'm not going to get it, because that's not what I need here.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
Yeah, because when I finally came to that understanding, I can have a conversation now and not be in tears when I get off the phone.
If I expect you, if I see you and I expect you, you've got to be happy all the time, because if you aren't happy all the time, then that shows me I've failed.
Yeah.
Who's got the problem?
You.
It's me. I'm putting an expectation on you because you may not feel good that day.
Yeah.
You may not have a situation, maybe something's going on that doesn't have anything to do with me. That's the thing about the Don Miguel Ruiz, the 4 agreements. Don't take anything personal. Be impeccable with your word.
Yeah.
You know, that thing about not taking everything personal. And that's what I was doing.
Yeah. Yeah, because I never used to understand that many years ago, but it's really not personal.
No, it's not.
It's not.
So upward and onward as I choke. I know I got water. What did I do with it? I don't know what I did with it. You cough in my honor there.
Oh, is that her? Is that hers?
No, but I had a whole thing of water. I think I either sat under or spilled it or something.
Did you go in another room?
I did, but I'll be fine. Anyway.
Yeah.
So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to continue on. We just barely broke the surface with certain things. Last time you were on with the crystals.
Crystals and
so
gemstones.
Hedda and I were talking last week, and I said, well, how about we talk about the ones people don't talk about much?
All the time,
Because
yeah.
people talk about amethyst, they talk about rose quartz, clear quartz. That's what you citrine,
smoky quartz. Yep.
smoky quartz. You don't see. I should have brought my shaman stone, and I didn't do it because that's an unusual one. You know, so
this one's
that's what's
also
gonna
considered a shaman stone.
Is it?
It's really. I have 2 of them, and they all look different depending on what region it comes from. It's very interesting.
I can't open this thing. Oh, here it is. I got it.
So as she gets her voice back, we're
as
gonna
I
go
cough all over
into.
the thing.
We're just gonna go into each individual using crystals to increase their own vibration.
Right.
And for eons, that's what shamanistic practitioners have used, indigenous individuals have used, and it's very interesting how it's done.
Yeah, it is, because actually I look at it as an amplification of what's going on. I just used, in fact, I've got to take them out in the sun and clear them. That's how I clear them. Sometimes if it's something heavy duty I've been doing, I'll put a little, just tiny pinch of salt and water. You don't have to put, for people out there to clear stones, you don't have to put like a whole teaspoon in a bowl. That's way too much. You just need just like a little pinch, you know.
And if you're just learning and you want to be careful, because, you know, this is an investment.
Right.
You should see my house. It's an investment. So, and you don't really know yet, stay away from the salt. Just use clear, cool water.
Right.
Or use the moon or the sun.
Yeah, which I use a lot.
Yeah.
We use shamanically, and not just shamans, you know, not just shamanic practitioners, but everybody is using those now, because crystals, for one thing, people like them. They're just fun to hold.
Yeah.
The energy of them is great, but we use them as an absorption kind of thing, and especially in the one practice that I do, which is, it's called extraction. It's not pulling your teeth, but it's going through the energetic field of the body, and I use it, and you've seen me with feathers, and I'll sweep it into the stone.
I see.
And let the stone take it, because I don't believe in flinging things out in the world. A lot of people,
you don't know where it's going.
You don't know where it's going. You don't know who's walking by. You don't want them to pick it up.
And see, I use it in Reiki practice to help balance the chakras.
Right.
It was very interesting last night. I thought that was very interesting because of today's show. I love scientific shows, and they had a 4-hour show on last night, PBS, on stones and crystals and minerals. I was in.
That means it's on my Roku box, so I was in
slap heaven, you know, and how they had used all the different minerals to discover this and discover that. It totally is way too much for my husband. He's like, I'm going to bed. He is so funny, a very intelligent man, but he can't get it. He says, I can't get it. I just can't get it, you know?
Yeah.
So I stayed up the whole 4 hours, clear up until 1 o'clock this morning, and I just was so happy because it solidified things that I already know.
Isn't that cool how that came on?
Yeah.
That's that no accident thing.
Yes, yes.
So let's just go into this about using stones. I use them as an amplification for what I'm doing. I'll use them to help absorb what's going on energetically. Some people put them under their beds.
I sleep with them.
Yeah. Yeah, some people put them under their beds to absorb energy, but it's and everybody, if anybody has been in any kind of crystal cave or any kind of around a large one, you know, the people just like them.
It's wonderful.
It just feels good. So if it feels good, why not?
Yeah.
You know, if out at Spiritus Reiki Center, one of our sponsors. Got to get that in there.
Yeah,
There's
you
the
got that in there,
commercial,
girl.
right?
You got that.
Which is at 3300 East Sunrise Avenue, Suite 102 in Las Vegas. He has, Wayne Hilterbrand has the crystal, we called it a crystal bed for a long time. Now he's changed it to crystal table because it really does kind of look like a coffee table. And it's got different kinds of stones in it. It's got some kind of plants. There's little plankton plant things in it. And at this point, the guy who made it, there's only 4 other ones of it. But on the underside are over 300 crystals that are on the underside of that bed. And I got to tell you, I lay down on that one, and I'm just gone. I'm right in a journey. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to call any animals in. I don't have to call anything.
Just immediately.
I just lay down, and I'm gone. So it works with that. And anybody would like to try it, you know, you can call Spiritus Reiki Center. And I can almost remember the number. I think it's 702-810-3354.
Good thing you remember it. I sure don't.
I can remember numbers. I don't have a clue where my car keys are right now, you know. So that's the way crystals, that's kind of the basics of how they work. So now let's go into the special stuff because we didn't get to do that last time. So
okay, what
I'm
do you want to go
sit
into?
Back. Well, just start with the first one. And how did you know that's what you wanted to do? You're just fascinated with them, or
that I wanted to what?
That you wanted to work with stones? Yeah.
I've loved stones and rocks my whole entire life. My grandmother, Choctaw Native American, always had stones around, so I resonated with them, and I just always collected them and had them. And then when I got cancer, one of the ladies that you know, Janie Powell, she really works a lot with crystals,
right?
And she helped me to have a clearer understanding. I understood some things, and she said it was real easy teaching me because I got it really fast, you know. But I would see the benefit. I would see what it would do for me, how it would take my pain away, or how it would calm me down, or how it would help me sleep.
And this is non-invasive. I mean, this is not going to harm you. This is Mother Earth. This is the natural world right here.
I think also the thing we need to share with our listeners is a lot of people just think these are rocks, right? And I don't know what their religious belief or anything like that might be out there, but what I learned on the show last night with these scientists is that every mineral that's in all of these stones are also in our body. So why doesn't it make sense that if you hold this serpentine here, that your body is going to resonate? It's going to pull what it needs.
Energetically, that's right.
It's going to pull what it needs.
That's how sound works.
Exactly. So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So that's one of the reasons why I use them, because it's the easiest and quickest way to help my customers feel better and see results. Right. We live in a society where people want self-gratification right away.
That's right.
Quick.
It doesn't happen in this work. That's the other thing. Energy healing, it happens slowly.
It does happen slowly, but the one thing with using stone, it gives them the illusion that it's happening faster.
Well, it gives something you can hold on to, because what we're talking about is like they're just trusting that we know what we're doing.
Right.
It's very results.
And you
based
could
in the
stand over
results.
them and hold your hands, and they may not feel anything.
That's right.
It all depends on them.
Yeah.
And maybe it's kind of like a chiropractor, how out of balance the spine is, or how out of balance your chakras are, or how much pressure and stress you've been under.
And truly, if somebody comes in and they're not feeling well, all they care about really
is feeling better.
And if you can tell them, give this a day or two to work, invariably I will have people say, if they can't tell me what it is that's better, they will say, it's different. I can't tell you how. I can't put my finger
Or they'll
on
call me the next day and said, I haven't slept this well in 6 months.
Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah.
So I want to know about this, because I'm fascinated about bloodstones.
Are you?
Yeah, I am, because they're very old, right?
They're very old.
Well, not like any of these are young,
I'll show you the oldest stone there is in the universe.
A meteor?
No, it's not.
So that's a bloodstone. You can see the little red.
Yeah,
in it?
that's a bloodstone. Bloodstones are used for circulations, for calming the the whatever that blood pressure thing is, you know, the top number and the lower number, and you just kind of sleep. Because when you sleep,
I should take a bath on that.
you could just take this one home.
Oh, good, because they just told me I have high blood pressure yesterday, and I'm going, what?
You could just take it home, and
They've been telling
it's
me
so
that for
comfortable. You can wear it day and night, and this is leather. You can take a bath in it. It's not going to get harmed. But this is the oldest stone in the universe. It's billions of years old.
Billions.
Billions.
I'm feeling really young again. Okay, so let's see if you can.
And
see
it's
that.
called a numite. It's Nuumite.
Okay, and why is it billions of years old, other than the planet's billions of years old?
Because when they dug it up and they went through all of the different minerals in it, you know how they do that.
Is that purple?
There's all kind of colors in there.
It really is. Isn't it? Wow. Okay.
And I just want you to know, this teeny weeny little thing is very expensive.
Like how expensive? How much would you expect to pay for that?
Oh, well, I would have hoped I had got it cheaper, but $40, $50.
Wow, for that little thing? Huh.
It's very expensive.
Very expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you do with that?
Oh, with this one, I wore it for like a year and a half to keep me grounded. To keep me grounded. So that all of the other stones that I was using could go to the center of the problem. Because if you're not grounded, nothing's going to really work. And nothing's going to get in balance. Because you're going to be bouncing around like a little tether ball. You know, you need to be solid. Feet with Mother Earth. So that the other things can penetrate and go to wherever the problem is. So
you would use that and then add to it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because, see, it's in here right now with a ametrine, which is a mixture. Mother Earth did it. I didn't do it. Of amethyst and citrine. I don't know if you can see it here. Let me take it out.
Ametrine. It's kind of like a labradoodle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, ametrine. Which is also a very powerful stone. So
I don't think anybody could see that if I held that up.
I don't know. It's real hard.
It's kind of lavender.
So ametrine, because it has amethyst and citrine. Citrine is very, very good for getting you to be not just centered, but focused. Okay.
I can think of a couple of people I'd like to send them a whole bag.
And then amethyst, the priest in the Catholic Church and stuff still wear an amethyst ring.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, because it works with the third eye. It opens up your intuitiveness. It helps you to comprehend and absorb information better.
It's one of the best healing stones.
Right. And so when you put the two of them together, your whole body just feels not numb, but very calm.
I like the way you just did that.
Yeah, very, 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 very calm.
Okay.
But now for individuals, because we're going to talk about individuals needing their vibration accelerated so they can grow spiritually, they can grow, or physically they can heal, or intellectually or mentally they can heal if they're dealing with trauma. Okay. So this is Motivite. And this particular one is very interesting because usually they look green, right?
Is that purple?
It's got some craziness going on in there. But this thing will take you into outer space.
Beam me up, Scotty, that kind of thing?
I'm telling you, you'll be gone. So when I first purchased this, I knew I was still going with breast cancer. So I knew I needed my energy level elevated. But this thing was so strong, I could only wear it for maybe an hour a day.
So how did you know you needed to take it off?
Spinning, girl, spinning. Oh, my goodness, spinning. And I thought,
don't you just love having her on the show? I mean, she comes with sound effects.
Yeah, so I would just have to take it off and put it down and say, not right now. Not right now. And then I didn't give up. It's a lot of things. Oh, this is another one. This teeny weeny little thing is so little, but it'll knock you off your feet.
Really?
Why? This is azurite because this is Look at all that's going on in there. It's Afghanistan lapis, which is the strongest lapis.
Is that what's wrong in Afghanistan?
You know, something told me today you were going to say that.
You've been there. No, okay.
And then
it's probably in Washington, D.C. There we go.
The green that you see is a malachite.
Is that in here?
That's the green that you see. So when they combine together in the earth, it's power. It's real power. But you also see red in there, and that's agate. That all happens in the earth.
You know what they call Afghanistan, right? Isn't it the graveyard of civilization? Yeah. Look how many countries have gone in there to try and straighten things out. And I'm thinking that there's no hope. I mean, this needs to just do its thing. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Okay.
It's very powerful, even though it's really, really small. Now,
we're getting bigger, though, because people are going, well, I wish they'd hold up something so we can see it.
Oh,
you
want to go bigger? Okay.
Well, no, do the ring.
Do the ring.
Get out
Okay.
of the small side of things.
This is Botswana agate. Very rare
That's
in
a
black.
country in Africa.
Yes.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah. But it's very rare in black.
And
you
you've got
can
a
find
black-
it in purple. I have some bracelets in yellow.
Yeah.
You can find it in
See that
pink.
white stripe in there?
That's how
Yeah.
you know when it's Botswana agate.
got
Because
the
that
white stripe?
band. That band. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No matter what other color, it's still going to have that band. That's how you'll know.
So it's running through the rock.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere in the rock. Or you
Everywhere in
wouldn't
the
be able
rock,
to
there
get
will be
this.
something white. And that white has a name, but I forgot what it was.
Huh.
Like when they crack this open,
Yeah.
if they were to crack this open, you'd see yellow and red and
If this was a
orange.
Botswana.
No,
No, just this.
This is petrified wood.
Okay.
Here, feel this. I want you to hold it.
Oh, I love petrified
Oh,
wood.
my
This
goodness.
is
Isn't it
this is
wonderful?
like Mother Earth times 27, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
you could
it's
close
just-
your eyes and look straight in the center of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it great?
Yeah, that's great.
It's great. It's really great.
It's amazing because I have a dish, as you know, when I'm working with people and I have them pick a stone
Mm.
that they can take with them. And it's amazing how many people pick petrified rock.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I would have thought they
interesting
would have picked
because
agate.
it helps with. Well, no, it's very grounded. You can imagine.
Mhm.
It's as old as. I mean, this used to be a living tree.
Yeah, yeah.
So now it's turned to stone.
It's turned to stone.
So this is life in a rock.
I love it.
You
I
know?
love it. And some of it turns to
Oh, that's
opal,
kinda cool.
which is
Yeah.
very interesting. Some petrified wood turns. Why my
Is that
sound,
what-
it left
Is that?
me.
Oh no. That's because I got away from the mic.
Oh, okay. Well, go
You
back.
didn't
Go back.
believe you. I was back.
Now, what's interesting is we got this from Santa Fe, New Mexico, and this is also a stone.
It's a bowl.
It's a bowl, but it's an agate.
Oh, but it's been made into a bowl.
It's been made into a bowl.
Okay, there's a tiny little bowl. Looks like that.
And if any
It's
of
a
the
one-bite
listeners,
salad.
if any of the listeners out there are wondering why does she have this pointed thing?
Well, that's clear quartz,
It's
right?
clear quartz, and what it acts as, in case you want to know, for your own stone, it acts as a charger. So in my house, I have clear quartz everywhere to keep all of my other stones charged.
That's interesting because clear quartz is always the stone that I'm told to reach for when I'm sweeping stuff into it. So why would that be?
Because it's as steady as it can be, and it's easy to
It's
get
gonna
rid.
hold the-
It's
it's
gonna
gonna
hold
hold
it.
it.
It's not gonna dissipate. It's not gonna go anywhere else. It's gonna go ahead. It's gonna hold it until you take it outside or till you run it in water. Now, this is very interesting too. This is a very, very powerful stone. It's calcite.
Almost looks like citrine.
That's what they call it.
Oh,
They call it citrine calcite.
but there's a separate rock that's
There's
citrine.
that's
okay.
totally
okay.
separate, but it's so strong. I remember when I got it, and I was with this group, and it came around to me, and I was looking at it and looking at all the activity in it and this and that, and the person that was doing the class is like, that stone's for her. Because it's usually too strong for others to hold on to it that long. And I had it, and I was going and going and going. And I slept with it for 2 weeks.
Seriously.
Yeah, see,
I couldn't sleep with this stone.
it's too much for you?
No,
What does it feel?
because I'm feeling it kind of right in my solar plexus. It's
That's
like
where it's supposed to be.
I win.
You sure
Thanks,
do.
Hedda.
First prize, she wins. That's where you're supposed to be feeling it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean if I feel it there?
Some work to be done, sister.
Oh, nuts. Darn. I'm supposed to have it figured out. Everybody tells me, you got it all figured out.
Well, you know, that's the other thing
Not
from
really.
listening to the show last night. That's why I stayed up all those hours. You know, we live in this environment of constant vibration, whether it's sound, smell, different individuals. We all have our own individual vibration, right? And so because of that, it's very difficult, almost next to impossible, for us to stay in balance vibrationally 24/7.
Oh, there isn't such a thing. You
Yeah.
can't. We're in a world of duality. We're black and white. We're always moving back and forth. You can get close.
That's why this morning, you know, I get the little messages from the Dalai Lama every morning, and he says, that's why we practice. Because we're never going to be perfect. So we must practice every day. Like you go every morning, sing into the sun. I go out every morning, meditating like crazy. That's why we practice, he said. Because we're not perfect.
We're not perfect, and we're going to be working on it the whole time we're here in
The
this
whole
reality.
time.
It's just the way it
That's
goes.
right. And look at all of the electronics that we mess with now. That totally throws our vibration off.
You know, I didn't bring this up, but one of the other things that I learned this week was because of disappointments in my life, because there have been situations where I put trust in people that didn't work out, you know. I had myself in a spot, and I think we talked about this. I think I told you about this, where I felt like the only way that I could stay in balance was to stay isolated.
Oh, yeah.
And to stay back. And that's what empaths do.
I was there.
Right, yeah. And so what I realized, I watched Eat, Pray, Love this week. And I knew there was a line in there I was supposed to hear, and it came right at the end of the movie. So I had to watch the whole movie.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's when the old man in Bali tells her, because she's fallen in love with this guy, and he wants her to just open her life up and just go with him. But she's damaged. She's got history, and she doesn't want. You haven't watched this movie, have you?
No.
Oh, okay. So anyway, she says, no, I had to end it. So she goes to the old man in Bali, who is the old healer. He's the medicine man. And he asks her, are you still meditating? And she goes, yeah. And he says, are you practicing what I taught you? Yes, I am. Are you still loving your boyfriend? She goes, no, I ended it. And he goes, why? And she said, because I couldn't stay in balance. And here was the line. He said, and her name was, it's Elizabeth Gilbert, I think. Liz. She goes by Liz in the movie. He goes, Liz, to have the life you want, in order to get it, you have to go off balance. To have the life you want, to get in balance.
That makes sense.
Doesn't it? Yeah. So I watched that. So you talk about being in balance, and I'm really glad you brought that up, because everybody says, I got to get in balance. And they're ignoring where they are at the time.
Yeah.
You got to know where you are at the time.
It's interesting, isn't it? We have to go through it in order to help others.
Help ourselves.
That's
the shamanic path.
That's a constant thing.
Yeah, you walk your own path before you do anything else.
Yeah.
So,
because what was it I said? I can't teach and be married.
Yeah. I know. I've got several people in my life said, well, I can't do this right now because I have to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes that is true. Sometimes maybe that's what they have to do because they're too confused, they're too scattered.
Well, you know what I was thinking
focus,
of? As
you know,
I was thinking
focus.
of where I used to be. And I'm nowhere near where I used to be, thank God.
Oh, I'm not either.
Yeah. And it was 150% all the way. Nothing else mattered. No eating, no sleeping, no balance whatsoever.
So which one of these would, when you were trying to find that balance, what were you wearing? What were you holding on to? Because you said, what was the one? This one? You slept with it. It brings about balance.
It brings about balance.
Called, again?
It's yellow calcite, but they call it citrine calcite.
Okay.
That's what they call it.
Okay.
Yeah. I slept with this. I wore this for years. We're talking years. I wore these two together for at least a year and a half. I never take these off.
Except now.
You know. This also is an Afghanistan lapis. And I remember when the lady first sent me the big string. And I took them out of the box and I went like this. And I thought, well, I can't wear that for a while.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It felt good to hold that. But when I went to put it down, I could say, whoa. So I got work to do.
You got work to do. And
a lot of people are probably out
this
there going,
is jewelry from this
work.
stone. See, this is the ametrine, and this is ametrine and amethyst together, and brass.
Oh,
People don't think about brass and copper and silver. Those minerals too. She's dressing up.
I got a lot of work to do.
Well, you would love this. This is called zootite or zooite or something. It's I think it's avertrine, and ruby in a stone.
So when they pull these out of the ground, when they're doing this, they're looking. These things have mushed together.
Yes,
in the earth.
they've grown together.
Yeah,
due to earthquakes or whatever.
I mean, they didn't mate, right? They didn't like. Where's the one that has?
You know what?
all
The only thing I can kind of relate it to is, do you know anything about migrating roses?
No.
No.
I have a purple thumb.
Okay, well,
I love them, but I can't touch them
a guy
because
who
they'll
won
die.
all these awards for it, he taught me what you do.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so he was trying to get a purple rose.
Uh-huh.
So what he did was he planted a white rose bush, a pink rose bush, a red rose bush, and some other kind of rose bush.
Oh, and he cross-pollinated.
And it happens under the earth.
Oh, that's
And
odd.
it takes time. Just like with stones, if you're impatient, you're going to learn patience or you're going to give it up.
So you can't put two stones together on a windowsill and hope in 3 months.
No, it
they're
won't
gonna
happen.
become, what is this?
No,
the
this
Afghanistan
happens
thing. It
because
won't
remember,
happen.
these are minerals. These are
Right.
minerals. So they're migrating or breeding. Some scientists will even call it breeding.
No, that would totally confuse me.
No. It's really fascinating.
Okay.
It's really like, okay, I want you to hold this.
Okay.
This is wonderful too for shaman practice. It's serpentine, but this particular serpentine has spiders and mother of pearl running through it, and it has some red running through it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so this will definitely just knock you off your feet. When I first bought these, the guy told me, hold 2 in your hand. My hand felt like a big old hole had been burnt right in the center.
Really?
This blocks negativity.
Okay, go back to this. What
Okay.
what is serpentine? What I mean, I get that, but I'm
Uh-huh.
trying to figure out because when I close my eyes, it's like I see vine. I don't.
Yeah,
see much, but
you
it's
see
like
vines. Yeah.
that
Let
are
me
just
see.
kind of going up. So.
Okay, serpentine. Let me find it real quick here.
Oh my God, you even have notes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I do this research for days when I know I'm coming on here.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, this one has magma in it.
Okay,
And that's another mineral.
So this is. We're talking about magma. That's what comes out of the center of the earth.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. And
So this came out of a volcano.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so did this one, and so did this one, and so did this one.
God bless those volcanoes.
I
mean,
love
you
those.
know.
I would love to go over there and chisel me some off. But and that is very, very useful in raising your kundalini. You know your kundalini?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So it's going to start at the base of your tailbone,
Uh-huh.
and the vortex is going to come up through. Sorry, George. Through the center of your crown. And
Okay.
you're going to stay there with it. You're going to stay there with it, and you're going to see the white light, and then you're going to ask for the white light to go back down. You know how you teach us? Go back down, connect with the tailbone, but then as you're holding it, you're going to breathe, and if there was anything negative that came back down with it, you're going to ask Mother Earth to take it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, it's wonderful. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, that's my ring.
Okay, look at the difference in that. I don't know if anybody can see that. Hold it up this way, Tetta. So you can see it's got more of a there.
Oh,
There's the light. Yeah, not a George.
I'm like, see, George, see?
My glasses don't record anything.
Who was that had them recording glasses?
yeah. So
Yeah.
the difference in that's interesting.
Again, depending on where it comes from. This one
Uh-huh.
came from Brazil. Okay. And this one came from, I don't know, somewhere. I can't even remember. But I wanted you to see this. This is a blue tiger's eye.
Nice.
Yes, I wanted.
there it is.
I wanted to bring it to show that tiger's eye come in so many colors.
Oh, okay. It's gonna spin here, so I gotta
Hold it
like
tight.
this. Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
hold it like this.
I mean,
Is that showing up well?
I sell them in
Let's
red.
show the blue. Can you see the blue? You can't. Where
Can't
it's
see
dark, it's actually this dark blue. Wow. Did you make this?
Yes.
Whoa, that's a nice piece.
Yeah. The blue is just absolutely incredible. See the blue, all that blue. Oh, and then this side has even more blue.
Yeah, you can see it better that way.
Mhm.
Is that a little better?
And the reason
Yeah.
we brought different stones this time because we really wanted to concentrate. These are stronger stones,
Yeah,
much
they're
stronger
specialized, yeah.
than the ones that we brought before. But if you use these stones, don't be afraid to wear your rose quartz.
Right.
you know,
Right.
because you're still taking care of your heart.
Right.
Or don't be afraid to, like this is, what's it called now?
I don't know. You're the expert.
Oh.
Oh.
It's tree something. I forgot.
Oh, it'll come back to you.
Yeah.
That's what I always say when I forget, and I forget a lot. So.
And both of these are kynites, but I want you to hold both of them separately.
Oh, okay.
One's
why?
blue and one's black.
Why?
Because
Whoa.
one's for the throat chakra and one's for blocking negativity.
Okay, so this is interesting. You put the blocking negativity in the left hand. Oh, like you know what you're doing, all right? and so this one is what?
For the throat chakra.
Oh, well, I should
Or
swallow
the
this. I should tape it to my
thyroid,
throat.
you know,
Yeah.
or the esophagus. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
why do you hold them separate?
Because one is for in and one is for out.
Oh, so you knew what you were doing when you put it. Oh, okay. You're pretty good.
Okay, now this and this are from the same, not the same, but they're both from meteorites.
Meaning they're alien.
Yes. And means it increases your vibration. So if you're doing certain meditations in the morning and you don't want to wear this all day, wear it when you meditate. Or
Really?
or if you're doing yoga, wear it when you do your yoga. Because when you do the stretching and you're wearing that, it's going to accelerate your vibrational energy, which is going to help your chakras to become more balanced and healed.
Very good. Okay. So this little guy right here. I love these. I love these. The very first stone I had was a fluorite. Very first time I had a soul retrieval.
Oh, really?
And I've had...
Now see if you can hold that up
you
to
know?
the light, because you can
Yeah.
see how it was formulated in the earth.
There's green in it. There's purple. Yeah. Oh, George, you probably said goodbye to your stone.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love it when it gets in the light.
Okay, now let's talk about this what do you call that? Octagon shape.
No, it's a...
It's got all those prisms.
dodecahedron. No, it's not a dodecahedron. It's
A
got the...
hecatone?
No, it's got these triangles. It's in the... Yeah, I can't remember right now.
Okay, well, anyway, when I did my feng shui thing, one of the things that they taught us was to have these in every room of your house. And so they're hanging from my ceiling fans in every room. But depending on what that room is designated for, like our living room is designated for communication. So I have it, but I have beads strung up at crystals. And I'll have blues and purples and whatever has to do with communication. In the kitchen, I'll have something for digestion, maybe citrine.
So
maybe-
this amplifies then.
It does.
Okay.
The bedroom, I'll have pinks and red fire.
Next.
And then my husband's
You're going to get phone
office,
calls about that
I
one,
will
you
have
know?
green for money, and these are in every room. In every room. And so when you buy new stones, to our listening audience out there, when you buy new stones and you bring them home, make sure you clean them in clear water or leave them outside overnight. But then you're going to spin this around them.
Okay.
And you're amplifying them for your family's use. Hold this.
Okay. Oh.
Ah. Tell me what you think, and I'll tell you what it is.
Well, what I think is just balanced out that imbalance I felt when I held this one. That one right there.
So if you did them
So
together,
it felt like there was it felt like something just went shoot and cut some cords or something.
right?
Yeah.
Do you know what this is?
No.
This is mahogany obsidian. Look at it close.
Is that like a petrified tree?
No.
Oh.
It's a volcano glass.
Oh, so this is magma again.
Right. And you can see the red and brown running all through it.
Okay. All right.
We
Well,
need more time.
I know. We'll have to have you come back again. But I know there were several people that wanted to watch this, and we will have this up. Probably. We'll have this up tonight, right? A couple hours. I got to put this on because this is...
I have such a hard time. I have to tell you and George, when you guys are kind and gracious enough to invite me,
Yeah.
I'm like, up,
My
going
blood
through
pressure's
all
going
this,
down already. I can feel it.
going all through all these stones. And my husband's always like, "You need a wheelbarrow."
You got all the one of the things that Hedda does is people will talk to her and tell her what they want.
This is
Well, that's pretty
bloodstone
good, huh?
also.
Yeah, but I
She's
like this
wearing
one.
the bloodstone,
Yeah, I'm
and then
wearing
this
that.
is
My blood
this is called
pressure
a
is going down.
slab.
Yeah. Is that people come and talk to you? If I went to you and said I'm having blood pressure problems, you would sit and talk to me, and then you would you've made these, right?
Yes, I made all of these.
Yeah, so she would make jewelry for you just for what's going on.
Right, exactly.
Right.
With a little instruction card and everything to help you, you know.
Right.
And just understand, just because today she needs bloodstone, well, 5 weeks from now she may say, well, my solar plex is still doing the so then I would make something.
Spell that.
I would make something really pretty for her, because that's the one thing I want our listening audience to know, that I use stones, but you know, I mean, this is just this is tourmaline, and it's got rock crystal on top, and it has Mecca inside of it, green Mecca.
Okay.
Yeah, so it never leaves me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've only got 2 minutes, so give them if anybody would like to get a hold of Hedda, you can
call me at 714-797-3103, or you can email me shedalyn@gmail.com.
and that's HEDDALYNN.
Correct. And
At
we can discuss if you want to
whatever.
have something made, or you just need to know more about how to select your stones. More than happy to help.
So I want to thank Spirit Us Reiki Center for sponsoring the show, and I'm going to be out there a couple of times. I'm going to do a full moon ceremony on the 29th. Actually, I'm doing 2 full moon ceremonies this month.
That's
back
going to be
back.
interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to talk to me on Saturday morning, while I'm recovering from one and going to the next. So Spirit Us Reiki Center is at 3300 East Sunrise Avenue, Suite 102. Tonight, I'm going to be at Soul Sanctuary, which is at 1771 East Flamingo Road, Suite 104, and I'm going to be talking to the empaths.
Oh, that's going to be great.
Yeah. And next Tuesday night, I will be at Spiritus Reiki Center again. We're going to talk about releasing the past, because the full moon that's coming is about letting go of emotions so the new ones can come in, because it's in Pisces. So other than that, this week, if you're feeling a little off or you're feeling out of balance and a rock calls your name, ask it if it can come home with you, or you can call Hedda.
Yeah.
I gave you the phone number. You can reach me. I'm Lainey Risto. You can reach me at 702-308-8464. Have a great week. We'll be back next week. Who knows? Maybe we'll still be talking about rocks. We don't know. We never go home here. Right, George? Right.
We live here.
We live here. Have a great time.
Thanks for listening.
Have a great time.
Bye-bye.
Wave, Hedda. You got to wave.
Oh, I got to wave.
You gotta wave.
Bye.